It is time to finally start splitting up some of these big rounds that I brought in, last week maybe. I got the trailer filled up for the one customer. That's down the road. That wood is moved out. Now I kind of bumped that ahead of splitting up this stuff right here. So now I'm going to get working on that. And I want to show you guys one of these. I got a couple of these big rounds here. You can probably see them there on the ground. Let me just show you. We've got a big ash round, two big ash rounds, and a couple big pine. And this pine is some knotty pine. There's a big knot, there's a knot, there's a knot, there's a knot, here's a knot. Everywhere's a knot. Look at that thing. Boom, boom, boom. You can look on the end here and see as well some of the knots running through that thing. So believe it or not, that big round of pine, even though yes, it's pine, I'm not exactly sure how it's going to split on the box wedge. Yes, it is only white pine, but I have a feeling it's going to be a little bit more of a challenge than what you might think. Oh, one other thing. I know a lot of people were super concerned with the fact that I brought that wood in with the tractor and I dumped it right there. And they were thinking that, now I should have been working smarter, not harder, because now I have to pick this wood up from where I dumped it when it was on the bucket. Let me introduce you to the log lift. With the push of this lever, I am able to take this round and lift it in the air and put it on the splitter. So I will not have to be working harder to do this. So anyway, let's get this big knotty round of white pine up here on the box wedge and see how it goes through and see just what kind of splits are coming out the other end. Here we go. Not too bad. It is starting to break off some of that knotty stuff. Oh yeah, that went right through a knot. Just smashed it up. So you may have noticed now with that first big round of pine, those knots, how it was kind of slowing down and struggling to push through those things. Yeah, but then did you also notice when it was a nice straight grain, clean round, how fast this thing was just pushing through? Sometimes what's going on inside that round can make a big difference, a huge difference in how it's coming off the splitter and how it's going through the wedge, especially something like this box wedge. Sometimes you got to pay attention to that and kind of read the wood. Try to understand what's going on inside it, because you could see the huge difference it makes from one of those rounds of pine that had no knots, just flying right through it. The next piece, some knots, some twisted grain. It slows it down. It didn't stop it, but it did slow it down. And, you know, there was a pretty considerable difference from the cycle time from one piece to the other. I did not expect to get through all of those rounds. I am kind of surprised. I didn't think, I only had a little bit of time here this afternoon to come back here in the wood yard, and I thought, well, I'll go back and, you know, get some of those bigger ones split up and then leave the other ones for another day, but they are all split. Everything that was here between the Easton May 37D and the Yappa 365, everything is split and down in a nice little pile right there.